Today is Acharyas Day, Teacher's Day. See, in my whole life, if you see, the maximum time I spend in any action means that is teaching. Acharya. Not for pride, just to tell you the fact. I think 2 days before, one of my brahmacharini, she got me all the organs of the body in plastic for teaching. To teach kriya to all of you, from 22nd, every day when I teach kriya, I am going to show you the exact that body organ and how that is getting stretched when certain stretches are done. For example, if you do a particular asana, posture, directly the energy circuit awakens that part of the organ, some part of your body. So, to study and to teach, I told one of my brahmacharini to go and get all the model pieces in plastic. Brain, heart, lungs, intestine, everything. So anyhow, she showed me everything. I was sitting in the room and studying liver and all that with I saw that whole thing, and then I was sitting and working on my body, on every organ, every part of the body. I tell you, 98% of my organs are as fresh as it is taken birth. 98%. I was shocked. 98% of my organs are just as fresh as it is taken birth. Means that tiredness of life is not there at all. I was sitting and scanning. Oh, here is liver, here is kidney, here is lungs, and here is heart, here is brain. I was sitting and studying everything. Of course, I know little basic anatomy, but I also wanted to study very deeply because I wanted every kriya to be precise like a tablet without side effect. I wanted to share with all of you. Just yesterday we got the report from Baroda, the diabetic camp. Even doing irregularly the diabetes kriya, 6 out of 7 blood sugar has become normal. And it is not that they are doing it very regularly under the controlled conditions and all that. The insulin level has increased and the medication has dropped very drastically. The dosage of the medication they have dropped. So I am still making things more precise. When I was working about how to make it more precise, I was trying to stretch each part of the body and see how my organ is responding. To create circuit actually. To create circuit. Practically I can develop kriyas for everything other than cunningness. No, that is nothing can be done. I was studying because that is self-induced. The dishonesty and cunningness. That is voluntarily accepted crown. The problem is you don't feel that as a disease. You feel that as your pride, your intelligence. You feel that as your crown. I won't be able to do anything for that. Other than that, any disease, any pattern, I can easily break it. Just if you stretch the right leg and hold the right right leg thumb with the right hand, the stretch which makes completely breaks away all the addiction pattern in you. I was studying all this for last few days, and now this all these model parts of the body is helping me really. In my whole life, the best job I did and the best thing I enjoyed in my life is teaching. Understand? Never ever think I started teaching only in 2003 when I was 25 or something. No. I started teaching at the age of 11 when my Yogacharya put me on the stage first and made me talk on Patanjali in Tiruvannamalai. Still I remember. In front of Tiruvannamalai temple, he created a stage and called all his disciples, made me speak from the age of 11, almost now 24 years. I tell you, all the best things of my life I learned only when I started teaching. If you want to transform your life, raise yourself to the higher spiritual consciousness, just start teaching. Don't bother who is listening. Have 2-3 mirrors, pillows, chairs, sofas in your house. If you don't get anybody, treat them as your disciples. When you teach, I'll tell you, some of the greatest thing happens in you. When you teach, all the great ideas are constantly reminded to your own consciousness. You will learn to look at your problems from the distance, from where you can understand. See, to solve your problem, you need to look at it from little distance. If you are attached to it, you won't be able to solve it. If you are too attached to your problem, you will never be able to solve. As I said, this cunningness. The biggest problem is most of you feel that as your crown. You don't feel that as your problem. If you feel that as your problem, I can simply cure it. And you take it voluntarily and feel that as your pride. See, I am winning everywhere because I am cunning. When you approach time with cunningness, time comes to you as Kala. When you approach time with honesty, he comes to you as Guru. Kala, death, can become Guru when you approach the time with innocence and simplicity and straightforwardness. Last few days I'm working. I got one plastic skeleton also. I'm sitting and stretching, bending. Trying to understand. And I discovered some things. The colors they describe, allopathy describes the color of liver. The Western medical system describes colors of the body parts. I found many of them are wrong. These colors which they are describing is after death. While alive, they are not these colors. I am working with a living body. They work with a dead body. So many of the facts they are having as a basic understanding are all wrong. The yogic physiology and yogic psychology means how every thought pattern is connected to body parts and how every body part creates certain thought pattern, how the body pattern creates disease and disease disturbs body pattern. In this inner awakening itself, I have given almost 50 kriyas just to break different patterns and mental setups, and what a result, oh God, I tell you, unimaginable. Some people's patterns which are some 30, 40-year old, the different kind of abusals came out just by one energization. Why? Because it's like these kriyas completely opened them, liberated them from many of the root patterns. So cleaning the remaining has become very easy for me. God. Now I am making it more precise. More precise. To every disease. See, earlier, the kriya which I use for curing the heart problems, the same kriya only I use for Anagata Chakra. Now I am breaking it. Now I am coming up with a unique, precise kriya just for that pattern. I never thought these kriyas can be so powerful. Please understand, let me be very honest. I always thought kriyas can be supporting the allopathy care, medical care. Understand, when you teach, this is the essence I wanted to convey. When you teach, your own consciousness again and again and again remembers all these great truths and they become lifestyle in you, part of you. Once in my native place, Thiruvannamalai, this happened. I remember the village, my village, every year, some old people will come and read Mahabharatam and tell the Mahabharatam story. Daytime they will tell the story and night time the drama will be done. Very few old people only will be sitting. Sometimes you don't even know why that speaker is speaking, that teacher is telling the story, because there will not be anybody. Literally there will not be anybody except him and that watchman. Few dogs, they will be running around. That's all. And this fellow will religiously come and read. One day, he was talking about the war portion of the war, how the war ended, and for the sake of land, the war has started. Finally, everybody who is supposed to enjoy the land has died. The land, the greed for the land has made the land empty. Finally, nobody was there to enjoy, except a handful of people. You know that Kaurava's side only 6 people, Pandava's side only 10 people remained. Even Panchabandava's son died. All 5 sons have died. Abhimanyu died. Idumba died. Bhima's son Idumba died. Arjuna's son Abhimanyu died. All the Panchabandavas had 5 sons through Draupadi. All 5 of them died. When I see Ramayana, God, what a highly cultured family. The whole Raghuvamsa, Suryavamsa, what a highly cultured family. Except that Mantara, Guni, confusing Kaigeyi for few days, that also temporarily. No villains. What a evolved family. What a evolved culture. In Raghuvamsa, in Suryavamsa, I see every individual enlightened. Even ordinary people living like rishis. When the thickening of the logic has happened, the shaping did not get happen. I tell you, when your muscles grow, when you are growing between the age of 12 to 20, at that time if you work out heavily and build your body, you will be able to retain your flexibility and all the beautiful things you have from your birth. Flexibility, youth, energy, everything. At that age, if your body was not molded, then the degradation which happens, you will never be able to bring it back. Same thing has happened to the human consciousness. You see Ramayana, except Mantara, I can't find a single, even low conscious fellow. If you see the sacrifice of Bharata, even Kaikeyi repenting after that, and the character of Kaushalya, God, the time, very crucial moment, when the logic of the human beings was getting ripened. Along with that ripening, the training should have been done. It's like when your muscles grow, you should train it and make it flexible, fresh, well-built, available, healthy, stable to you. At that time, if it gets missed, if you miss it, after that, bringing it back to that condition. Because the responses you do at that age becomes pattern. I discovered, even if you cherish hatred to people and you are living around them, your blood pressure goes up just for no reason. Even if you don't shout at them, just seeing them, knowing that you are living around them, your blood pressure goes up. It becomes pattern in your body. Many times people come and tell me, oh, I am not able to control the blood pressure even with the medication. It is cunningness with which you are suffering. That is blood pressure, nothing else. The degradation happened between Raghuvamsa and Chandravamsa, that period. Between Rama and Krishna, that period. Still the humanity is suffering with that. Because that was the time human consciousness was growing, crossing the age of 12 to 20. And at that time when the proper training was not given, and no other incarnations landed and guided the humanity, the loss which has happened at that time, still we are paying for it. Anyhow, understand, the greed for the land has swallowed everybody. Nobody was there to enjoy the land. I was talking about that teacher in my village who was telling this story. Anyhow, this guy was describing how the greed for the land has finally swallowed everybody and nobody was there to even live. After he was describing, I saw he was crying. I was attending that day his lecture, his storytelling. He was crying. Usually when he ends the story, he will routinely sing few songs and then end. That day this guy did not sing any of those songs. He was just crying and dropped and ran away. Did not end the storytelling in a traditional way. You are supposed to sing some stories and then do aarti to Draupadi, and all the Panchapandava statues will be there. They will be kept outside, the deities, Draupadi, Panchapandavas and Krishna. All their deities will be there and you are supposed to worship all of them. Only then end the storytelling. It's a ritualistic repetition. This fellow did not do any rituals and ran away. Anyhow, we were the 2-3 people left there, so we completed all the ritual. Next day when he came, we asked, why did you run away leaving the rituals? He said, no. Suddenly it hit in my heart. I am having land dispute with my elder brother. It hit me so strongly. Yesterday I went and settled out of court. Today I am back, completely relieved heart. Now I am going to read further Mahabharata. God, understand, for a villager, if this teaching can do so much, I tell you, the power of teaching is the ultimate. That is the ultimate. See, in Ramayana, they take birth as 4 brothers. Then with Guha, Nishada, King Nishada, who helped them to cross the river, they become 5. Then, when Hanuman comes, Rama says, with you we become 6. When Sugriva comes, he says, with you we become 7. When Vibhishana comes, he says, with you we become 8. They were adding. With Mahabharata, they take birth as 106. You may ask 105. No, Karna, 106. Pandavas 5, Karna 6. 100 Kauravas, 1 daughter. 106 son and 1 daughter. The daughter is Gaurava's sister. So 107 totally, they take birth. One by one, they kill each other. Finally, what is left? 5. 107 reduced to 5. You know, all of them were killed only by the own brothers. All the 100 Kauravas, not a single one of them were killed by somebody else. Only Bhima killed. Bhima took a vow, I will kill all 100 of you fellows. Not single one of them are killed by anybody else in the war. No, some other warrior killed, no. Karna was killed by Arjuna. So all the 101 who died in the 107, see here, Dasaratha's sons, 4 kings, Rama expands, takes the tribal king, Guha, in his fold, Then goes to the next step, taking a Vanara, Hanuman, in his fold. Then goes further, Vanara, who is indisciplined, Sugriva, into his fold. Then goes further, demon, Vibhishana, Rakshasa, Vibhishana, takes him into his fold. See the expansion with Raghuvamsha. Tulsi describes. First time when Rama and Sita met each other, they met in the garden, love at first sight. They fell for each other. Vishwamitra says, go and bring flowers for my morning puja. And Rama goes to pluck flowers. And that side, Sadananda, the Janaka's Kulaguru, Janakaraja's Kulaguru, he says, go and bring flowers for my morning puja to Sita. And both of them are plucking flowers in the garden and look at each other. That's it. Love at first sight. Both of them are lost at each other. They were gazing. And please understand, neither Rama knows she is Sita, nor Sita knows he is Rama. Both of them are seeing first time. Rama is wondering, who is this girl? Sita is wondering, who is this man? And the scene is described. Lakshmana enters the scene. Lakshmana also do not know she is Sita. But Lakshmana sees love in Rama's eyes towards Sita. Immediately Lakshmana bows down to Sita. See, young girl, pretty girl. This Lakshmana is also a young man. The moment he looked, he could have, wow, what a pretty girl. Because he doesn't know she is going to become wife of my brother. I have to look at her as my sister-in-law. No. But the moment he sees love in Rama's eyes, he knows she is my mother. Same way the Urmila. Urmila comes and sees love in Sita's eyes. See, Rama is an enchanting guy. Talgandar, Thale Gandar, Tulgandar, Thule Gandar means the person who has seen the shoulder is stuck with the shoulder. The person who has seen the hands stuck with the hands. The eyes which has seen the shoulder is not even moving to the hands. The eyes which has fallen on the hands is not even going to the shoulder. Handsome guy. Urmila is a young girl. She also doesn't know. He is Rama. He is going to marry Sita. No. But the moment she sees love in Sita's eyes, she bows down. What a highly evolved, subtle sacred sentiments. See, when you evolve it to that subtlety, they all become sacred. Even when he was asked to go to forest, and Urmila also wanted to go with Lakshman. Lakshman says, no, be here and take care of Kaikeyi. People should not hurt her. Can you imagine? The essence, what I wanted to share is teaching. Teaches you first before teaching others. Please understand, all of you are in some way or other teachers. Even if you teach your child how to hold the cup and drink milk, you are a teacher. If you are on the street and somebody asks you the way, Address. If you teach them if you tell them the way for the address, you are a teacher. Just like breathing, you are constantly teaching. Only thing, make it as conscious so that you are also transformed. You are also transformed. I tell you, Mother, Jagat Janani, the ultimate teacher. From Mother, teaching starts and it ends in your enlightenment. Then you start teaching to others. So teaching never ends in a way. You may stop teaching to yourself after enlightenment, but you will be teaching to others. Teaching is the preliminary step for healing. So I request all our devotees, disciples, followers, become a teacher. My today's message on Teacher's Day is become a teacher. Blessings. How Rama sacrificed the whole land and kingdom for Bharata just for one word. What a father who gives up his very life for his word. Dasaratha. Just because he has given a word, he knows he can't live without Rama. He gives up. And Rama, what a son, just for a father's word, gives up the whole kingdom. Bharata, what a brother, just for the sake of brother, gives up everything and stays in the forest just like a brother. And the village, Nandigram, taking the responsibility of the kingdom, running, but not having any luxury and pleasures of the kingdom. Let's start the Nitya Kriya for pulmonary cure. First, Bhadrasana. In Bhadrasana, Plavini Kumbhaka. Plavini Kumbhaka. Inhale completely, contract the throat and rest your chin on the chest. Hold as long as you can, then relax. This is Plavini Kumbhaka. This can increase your capacity of your lungs so much, you will be able to float on the water. So much air can be held inside with this Kumbhaka. Please do this 21 times. This Kumbhaka, this pranayama, this Nitya Kriya is going to be making your lungs so clean and pure and strong. Any disorder related to lungs, pulmonary problems will be healed. Next is Kamala Kumbhaka. Inhale through the right nostril, hold the breath as long as you can, exhale through the left nostril. Do this 21 times. Inhale through right, hold, and exhale through left. Do this 21 times. Next step, Kumuda Kumbhaka. It is just reversal of Kamala Kumbhaka. Inhale through the left nostril, hold the breath as long as you can. Exhale through both the nostrils, not just right, through both the nostrils. Inhale through left, hold as long as you can. Exhale through both the nostrils. That is Kumuda Kumbhaka. Do it. Next, Kramanetra Kumbhaka. Inhale through the right nostril, hold the breath. Inhale through the left nostril, hold the breath. Exhale through the right nostril, hold the breath. Exhale through the left nostril. Let me show you. Will completely clean the whole prana waste in your body. Do this 21 times. Next, Trinetra Kumbhaka. Inhale through the left nostril, hold the breath. Without exhaling, inhale through right nostril, hold the breath. Again, without exhaling, inhale through both the nostrils, hold the breath as long as you can judiciously. Now exhale slowly. Let me show you. Inhale through the left, hold. Again, inhale through right, hold. Without exhaling, inhale through both, hold as long as you can. Then slowly exhale in a relaxed way. Do this 21 times. Continue to do 21 times. Sit for a few minutes silently in a relaxed way. Let the Kundalini energy in you all be intensely awakened. Let you all be filled by the Kundalini energy. Let you all be healed. Relax. Slowly, you can open your eyes. I bless you all. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, and share the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.